Molweni Betuna, and welcome to Conversations with Z. Igama lam ndinguZinhle Limba. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before I get to today's conversation, I just want to introduce you guys to a lovely lady. Well, she's not next to me, but again, I'm introduced again on the video. I want to introduce you guys to Pamela. She's a lady that is based in Cape Town in Milnerton, right? She custom makes cushions and African print jackets. So if you'd like to maybe gift someone with a cushion or with a jacket, you can get it from her. I will leave you details on where you can follow her on the description box. Guys, she's amazing. I actually brought 2 pillows that I got from Yena, and I think for a band that are very sentimental, like getting these pillows means so much, because I have a special Bible verse that is very close to my heart, that is very meaningful. So what I did is I ordered this pillow from Yena. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I ordered this pillow from her, and then I sent her my favorite Bible verse for her to print aibhale apha. It's in the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 18. I consider that what we suffer at this present time cannot be compared at all with the glory that is going to be revealed to us. I'll tell you later on what this Bible verse means to me, but this is what I got from Yena. Also, ukubone guys okanye ladies, lanto ba umuntu wakho manesithi baby ndiyakhumbula manje ngasenokubona every day kwathini. Mamela, you can just get yourself a pillow, uthumele ipicture, uphem ayifake apha, and then baby akubone every day. Voskum surprise uyibeke noba kuse front kwakho kanye ebedini. I don't want to lie, at first I was very skeptical, bana kaloku like pictures as basezimpahleni, usually it's people that have already passed, so I was not really comfortable. But when she did what she did, I love it, guys. I'm so in love with these pillows. They are very comfortable, very smooshy. Like for someone that loves to cuddle, you can cuddle with these. Nobus beke front okanye kamerin. And you can also get the African print jacket. I don't have that, but if you want to check that out, you can go on her Instagram. Igama lakhe Instagram ibali, ne? And then you can check more of her work. If you're not based in Cape Town, don't worry, mdasi. You can just place your order, and then uzayithumela kulo ndawo kuyo. Like, yeah, ngakufumana nobuphi. So yeah, that's about that. Now, when we get in to today's conversation, today I'm going to be talking about HIV and how has HIV affected my life. The first person that was diagnosed with HIV was a guy from United States. He was diagnosed with HIV in 1981, right? So in 1980 he was very sick and no one knew what was wrong until at some hospital in San Francisco, where they actually tested and found and diagnosed him with HIV and AIDS. At that time it was already AIDS. And there has been so much stigma around HIV that people that are HIV positive, HIV, it means you're sleeping around. I mean, also indlela TV beyivezwa ngayo HIV growing up, I think producers at the time wanted to destigmatize HIV, but I think they actually put more stigma than I think it was a miss. Like if you would watch or Yizo no Gazlam, abantu that got HIV, busy prostitutes, so that already conditions people into thinking bana how HIV positive, it's because then it becomes hard for that's tested positive to accept his status because they're already perceived a certain way. And sometimes we also can't fully support because doesn't come out, doesn't disclose their status. And I feel that it has been far too long. It's been 40 years since the first diagnosis of HIV, yet we still have so much stigma. South Africa is one of the countries that has a high number of HIV infections. yet we still lack information when it comes to HIV. So I truly do feel that the more we have these conversations, the better we learn from one another, the better we learn from each other's experiences, you know. So in South Africa, HIV and AIDS Awareness Month is in December. I have decided to actually make an awareness for HIV ku channel yami in October, because I feel like abantu baba HIV positive unyaka wonke infections ziyanyuka. I mean, like ngoku bekugqityothethwa ngabantwana that abana 10 years unyuka that are testing positive, and the question was, who gets these kids pregnant, or who gets these kids HIV, uyabo. So ngoku ndifuna ubalisa about how HIV affected my life, the stigma HIV, the stigma of HIV, how it affected my life, the denial and the acceptance. Now, I am not HIV positive, right? But just because you're not infected with HIV does not mean that it does not affect you. So if you guys have been following me, there's a video that I shot, actually the second video that I shot in my channel, where I spoke about losing my mother. My mom passed away in 2011. She was HIV positive. Okay. So now, why am I having this conversation? You're about to find out. Now, bethuna singabantu abamnyama. Okay, bendingekho ngoba ifika HIV, but I have lost so many family members to HIV and AIDS. And at some point, ibikhona lento andazi ba nikhulele kweziphi lokishi, but ibikhona lento kuthiwa i-HIV amagqwirha ngoku ayayenza, yabo. It's not something that it's not the virus that we think it is, ne? Kwakukho into yobana abantu bayayifakwa i-HIV. Andazi noma ke nambukela na umntana kwakuthiwa nguYolanda owayetwera okanye wayeconfessa ezicaweni esithi bana bayazifaka i-HIV. So a lot of during that time abantu baye bagraspa kulanto by HIV iyafakwa. Anyways, so when my mom was someone that worked, she hardly got off days. She worked and she lived her life. So when she came home, disclosing his status, telling us that she's HIV positive, some of the family members were in denial, right? Now that I'm reflecting, we were actually in denial. Because yailanba asozo athlete soze kaloku lady elimile kahle liziphethe kahle ngolhlobo bene HIV. Kala HIV abantu abahamba belala ayihambi yodwa. So singabantu abamnyama, I'm not like saying ubana ku wrong uconsulta amagqirha ne, but sometimes we are consulting because we want to be consoled. Ukubone sifuna into zasixolisa. So kuthiwa anaman mayiyosatyelwa lento kadliti akacingwa abe u-HIV positive. Nyani ke kuyiwe kwabo bantu, kuyiwe kubo nyani kubuye kusithiwa no yinto yangamabomu. Sathanda mos ukroka kuthiwa ayihambi yodwa le ayihambi yodwa njengale meba single ingahambi yodwa. Guys, ayibona believe ndimhleka ndisingle. Okay, ndiyadlala ke moving right along, like sanalani ba anaman ayihambi yodwa lento, yabo. But I was young, obviously ke abantu abadala kwaconsultwa kwafumana kusanyani ke ba hayi kukho mama abathile family members ezithile zinomona so zifakile lento le HIV kuye, yabo. So then my mom was taking medication from the clinic, and she was also taking medication from isangoma, right? And then she got sick as like as the years my mom was sick for years, and it was very strange because she was actually taking medication yet she was not getting better, yabo. And now that I reflect, I think the only reason why she was not getting better is because she was in denial. She was not accepting the fact that she's HIV positive, because how dare mna, like in the HIV positive. And also the fear, because she had already lost a lot of cousins to HIV and AIDS, yabo. So I think she was stressed because of the stigma, abantu bazawuthini, and kukho abasebeswelekile. So that instilled so much fear kuye. When she then eventually passed away, right, before she passed on, something strange happened while we were sleeping, right? Ndalala nomama mosimna. Salala xa ndivuke ekuseni, wathi kum, hey, ingathi ikhona into ibikhona apha izolo ebusuku. Kangangoba inwele, ndiye ndava into apha, nam bendisoyika kodwa ndava into ezinwele. Ndazigcina, bendicinga fanele uba ndiza kubonisa, but ngoku inwele andiziboni. Hey, ndibe ne-stress ke ngoku. And umama was someone that speaks nje, uyabo. She trusted me, like she confided in me. We were very close. And as confused as I was, and at the time, I was like, yo, mama, because now I'm also paranoid, uyabo. So we were meant to go to Egqirheni the Monday. Unfortunately, she passed away the Saturday. Now, when she passed away, that to me raised so many questions, because one, I had already heard that HIV yenziwa. Two, there's this incident that happened at night. So my thing was, we need to, so I was like, we need to go and consult to see if itini into. I tell my sister this. Sister wami ke ngaba bantu bakhuliswe ngumakazi insindisweni. So sister is like, okay, but she doesn't say anything. We end up not going, yabo. But I finally found a family member that I went with. Saya came to it. This was my first time consulting isangoma ever, and then I was told bana hayi ningcwabe intaka, meaning my mom is not really there to thwetyulwe, yabo. Now I did not understand the concept of thwetyula, but ndiyayazi bana umuntu xa ethwetyula at some point kuthiwa ufakwa ewardrobe or whatnot, yabo. So that made me, it put me in a position where I felt like my mom was still somewhere and my mom was very much alive, yabo. I think the reason why I believed what I was told was because I believed that we can see, you know, and also because of what had happened prior to her passing. And when this was said to me, it gave me comfort, ironically. Comfort, my mom is still alive. And remember, I'm just a 17-year-old. I had just turned 17 a month before my mom passed on. So like the paranoid, the naive, and I'm not gonna question any information that I get, simply because it's giving me comfort that mama musapila, you know. And at the time, right? So even though they have gone, there's a way of bringing them back to life. And I'm quite sure, guys, if you are familiar with his daughters in Japan, if I'm Usbaya, kukola episode Jemikovo, I believe to my mom wayinto ebunjia, yabo. So that made me so much paranoid, number one, right? I was paranoid because I kept on looking back na front, because it felt like mama mnobukhona nzambona. I would go to school and come back hoping to find her home. She was not there. I didn't want anyone losing or throwing away her documents, because I felt like mama uzabuya and she needs to find izinto zakhe ziselapha. So I had lost sanity, and at that time I did not know that I was insane, you know. So it was very heartbreaking to deal with her passing. And remember, this is someone that raised me. This is someone that I've known for 17 years. And to cut the long story short, it was a nightmare accepting that I care. And then I remember this one time, ecaweni dancer konze whistle at the time. Wathiwa kuzawudlala ukhona ne, then kwathiwa masibhale i-wish, izinto esifuna uThixo aziphendule kuzo. And I remember mna ndabhala phayeni bana ndifuna ukwazi bana kuba lobulela umamam. You know, instead of me saying that my mom passed away to HIV related disease, which was AIDS, I wanted to know because I was like, I wanted to blame someone. Someone was meant to be blamed, like it was someone's fault, guys. I feel like that's another thing about losing someone. We want sometimes to blame omnyumtu instead of looking at this person is no longer here. So there were a lot of things that happened that made me paranoid, that created so much trauma, because there's a lot of things that I did. Like, I consulted numerous magqirha or izangoma trying to find the truth, you know. At the end, nothing could be done. Like, the only thing they could say is hayi singafumana imali siyongcwabela ke sawufaka into azilwele ukubone. So it was just a dark period of my life until 2016. So in 2016 I then had a dream about my mom. She was in a hospital. She looked ill and she looked like she was in pain, right? And I was trying to reach out so that ndibambe and just feel how it is. And then wathi kumuntu bana hayi izinhle ezinhlungu uzibonayo azinakufaniswa nobuqawuqawuli obuzayo. That was strange because my mom wayengumuntu okhonzayo, my mom wayephangela Sundays. But then at that moment I then understood what it meant to lose a mother. For the first time in 5 years, I accepted that my mom was gone. I accepted that she was resting. I accepted that she was in a better place. That dream made me believe that there is an afterlife. And from that day moving forward, I could then understand that likhona ixesha lokuphila, likhona nelokufa. That my mom had her own journey and it ended in 2011. You know, whether uthwetyulo okanye ubhubhile okanye kutheni, it doesn't matter. What I know is that God's will happened. Kwakuvume uThixo uba makwenzeke ngendlela ekwenzeke ngayo. Yabo. So I'm at a point or a position where I accept things for what they are, right? So hence ke ngoku there's this Bible verse. So this Bible verse it is still very profound, you know, and the fact that I can have it in a cushion where I can actually hug this cushion, it makes me feel, maybe you guys are gonna judge me, it's sentimental, but okay, it is what it is. So then I wrote the Bible verse in English. La verse mama beyithethile in my dream where she said, inhlungu ozibonayo ngoku azifaniswa nobuqawuqawulo obuzayo. It's the same verse in Romans 8, verse 18, that says, I consider that we suffer at this present time cannot be compared at all with the glory that is going to be revealed to us. So God revealed that my mom was in a better place through iphupha. You understand? So I just wanted to show you, Bana, there is like, she passed away to HIV and AIDS, which is me introducing this month's topic. But at the same time, I wanted to just show okanye tell people how difficult it is to accept a status. Because I mean, she got HIV positive because she got HIV positive. Was she sleeping around? Was she not sleeping around? It doesn't matter. That's her status. You understand? It has nothing to do with indlela ebeziphethe ngayo. So lento bana sifuna ublame sikhangele emagqirheni, because a lot of times xa usiyo consult on a certain perception uzo accept any information that you are given without questioning it. I'm not saying that they lied or they didn't lie. I'm just sharing my journey, and I do regret indlela izinto that turned out to be. I wish I was older. I wish I was more informed. I wish I knew better so that I could provide a better support structure to yena. So me sharing this is me saying, Bana, let's start having these conversations. Let's start destigmatizing HIV. See, as it's a virus. It's like other viruses as far as corona. Actually, very much better because now it is treatable. It's not curable, but it is treatable, and your viral load can be suppressed. So for this month, I have invited Alota, who is HIV positive. She's gonna share how she lives Bombake, how she got to accept her status, why she's being public about her status. I'm gonna invite Uvuseka Wawini, who's gonna be talking about PrEP, and how we can prevent ourselves from contracting the disease or the virus. And then I'm gonna invite Unonko Bela. Oh, Nkosiam, Unkonko. Hey, but I wanted to tell us more about the treatment, the side effects, so that we can educate ourselves more, so that we can take care of a healthy. I hope that this video was informative. It's not the funny videos that you guys expect, but sometimes you need to share the dark side, the deep side, so that other people can find healing, you know. Have I healed from my mother's passing? Maybe I'll answer this at the end of this video. For now, if you have found this video informative and educational, please do like, comment, and subscribe. I wish that you will share the video, because you never know who needs to hear this conversation. But things are actually turning around. People are living their lives being HIV positive. People are sharing their statuses online to make it as normal as possible. So from Nabetona, I love you so much, and I wish that we can have more of relatable and serious conversations so that we can learn better. Bye bye.